I have now Mr. Deepak Deva, who's the co-chairman of FICCI Tourism Committee and managing director of SITA TCI and Distant Frontier. Another person who he and I have had a lot of occasion to chat over the 73 days online and offline. And I have always found him to be a very seasoned professional in his own right of the inbound industry. And of course, now I see Deepak turning gradually into a very thoroughbred IT industry veteran as well, because something which he didn't lay claims earlier. So over to you, Deepak.
Thank you, Ashish. And I also want to thank Mrs. Suri and Mr. Zuchi for their comments before I spoke. They both have articulated very well the essence of our report. The report really gives us a sense of direction in these hard times and in these crises. I also want to thank Dilip Chenoy and the FICCI team who have done a remarkable job, along with Rohit Arora of Grant Thornton. So thank you all very much for putting it together. It's one of the very good reports that have been made in the recent past for tourism. It also, like you rightfully said, brings in a lot of content, a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts, which will not only help us now, but also help us going forward in the next 3 to 5 years. And I hope, that the people who are the people in government take this seriously and look at it with new lenses, post-COVID lenses, if you want to call them that, and see the crisis that they are and how we can come out of it. So there is an opportunity, and I think the key is that we need to be heard through this report, and I think it is the responsibility of FICCI and all of us in FICCI to make sure that we go out with these recommendations wide. And we were speaking about that earlier, Ashish. It is not just a report for tourism professionals. It is a report for states. It's a report for everybody that tourism touches. And in India, tourism touches 40 million lives. 20 million of which, and let me qualify this, I'm not a pessimist. 20 million jobs today are at risk. Whatever be said, 20 million jobs are at risk between now and December, and this is a number which is conservative. So, the good part of the report is that I also feel it compares us against other countries. Rightfully, Mrs. Suri said we shouldn't compare. But at this stage, we are left with no choice but to see what others are doing. So the report does that. But more importantly, Ashish, in the tourism industry, and I think Josna Suri will agree with me, it's like a game of cricket. We are right now in a game of cricket. Luckily, it's a test match. So in the first innings, we kept batting and we got out a duck, right? But the good news is there's a second innings. So what do we want in the second innings? Let's say is what we have put together in this report. All of us, all Indians are cricket fans, and I hope there are some in the government. I'm sure, Mr. Zuchi, in good days in the government, you were also interested in cricket. But I assume there are enough people who are interested in cricket and consider this are coming. We are coming to bat in the second innings, right? So what do we want done from them? Largely, that's what we have put in the report. What we have put in the report is not something that is not doable. I think that's another very important factor of our report, is that we are saying the world has done this. What do we need done? And it's I think information gathered, and everybody has put in a lot of effort. We have spoken to people within the industry. We've spoken to experts. We've spoken to people outside the industry. And some very simple things have come. From a fiscal point of view, all that we are telling the government, give us the 10% SEIs. Not 7, give us 10. It will tide us over the cash flow issue. We'd have some money. It's based on our foreign exchange of last year. No great shake. I don't think it's a earth-breaking policy for the government to work on. The second thing, maybe the government should consider as a part of revival in fiscal to say, listen, zero out of the question. And I think it's unfair to ask the government for anything that says 0%, right? Go to the government and say, listen, from now to 2022, make all GST at 5% for tourism. 5%. On 1st or the 2023 1st January increase it back to the previous rates, because by then the industry would kind of stabilize. I'm not saying it will all come back to normal, but come halfway with us. We'll go find the clients, we'll get them to India. A lot of work is or has always been done by the private sector. It will continue being done because it is in our interest to bring the guests back. But the government has to come a certain distance along with us. I think from a policy point of view that we have also recommended, and we are only talking. I'm only talking of some of the headlines. There are a lot of details in the report. It is unbelievable that till today we do not have export status under Section 26G or 26 of the IGST Act. If it isn't now, don't give it to the industry. This is the only time it is required. And what does it do? It works based on earning. So we are not saying give us a grant. We will earn. We will get the IGST, the export status. The benefits will make us more competitive, will make us more real in the world. Very easy again to do. I'm sure it does require, and let's be clear, we are not a Mickey Mouse business. Let's. I think it's time for everybody to realize that we generate $30 billion of foreign exchange for this country, right? So if we are not generating it through IT, and if we are not generating it through export of T-shirts or garments, we are a serious business to talk to. We are not, like I said, I'm sorry to repeat this, but we are not a Mickey Mouse business. So that's as far as policy is concerned. To return, you don't need to, we need to do some, very easy stuff. Aggressive marketing by Incredible India. Step on the gas when it's the time, when you're ready to open up, go out, digital campaigns, use social media, do all the stuff where the world will watch us and come back to us. Okay, right now is not the time. We'll have to wait a few months. And let's make Indian embassies responsible. We've also recommended that an ambassador's job is not just a trade to worry about trade. It's also to worry about tourism. Why can't the ambassador in each country be responsible for generating tourism and the embassy used for that purpose? After all, it is very much a part of commerce that we do. I'll end, Ashish, with two interesting facts that we learned in the last few days as we speak to customers every day. First, insurance companies have refused to give travel insurance to people if they travel overseas and they get COVID. It's in court. Hopefully, it will get sorted out. But can you imagine today there is no travel insurance if you travel overseas and get COVID. So look at how governments and countries react. Portugal has started flights into Portugal. So you can fly into Portugal from different countries, maybe not from the UK. And countries that do not have insurance, the government is saying, one, free COVID test at the airport. Second, if you do fall ill and have to go to the hospital, it will be on our account. That is the level of understanding of the demand for tourism and the spin-off effect that it has in those economies. And a lot of times, and this is the last point that I'd like to make, a lot of our clients are asking us, interestingly, 2 or 3 asked us in the last week, does India have the medical facilities to handle a crisis if our guests are out there, i.e. do they have it? Sure. So here is another pointer to the government. We have fantastic medical facilities. We in fact do medical tourism, etc. We need to, in our campaigns, go out and also pacify people to say, listen, India is ready. When it's ready for you, it's ready with all the infrastructure, not just monuments and hotels. We also have very good hospitals. So, I'm really delighted with the report. I really want to compliment the team at FICCI and Grant Thornton for bringing this out, and for us to be using this as a reference for the future. And I'm sure everybody who will read the report from tomorrow onwards would agree with us that there can't be a better timing, and it's a very well written report. So thanks, Ashish.